The players take the knee. No room for racism in football or wider society. And Sophie Dennington gets proceedings underway. Newcastle, of course, play most of their home games at Kingston Park. But this is their 8th match at St James's since their debut here against Alnwick Town back in 2022. Back in Tier 4 as they were then. First free kick goes Sunderland's way. Rachel Furness appeals against the decision against her. She played in the WSL with Sunderland, of course. Rachel Furness, born in Sunderland but a lifelong Newcastle fan. She said if she was to score today, she would probably retire on the spot. She can't think of anything better than scoring at the home of Newcastle, as she mentioned. But it's Sunderland on the attack here. That when she was a girl, the idea that you'd ever get to play a competitive game at St James's Park was just a dream that couldn't be achieved. How far the women's game has come. She is now 36 years old, Rachel Furness. She's been part of the evolution. And Newcastle with an early chance here. Lumsden free. Lumsden takes the shot, and what a save by Demi Lambourne. Threw out the right palm to block it. Furness with the shot. It hits the Sunderland heel and behind for a corner. Well, that'll get the home fans on their feet right from the off. Lumsden charging through. Two-footed player. Well, in fact, it came off the shoulder of Lambourne, but she narrowed the angles so well, the Sunderland goalkeeper, to block the first chance of the afternoon. Corner for the Magpies. Towards the far post, headed away. Cooper scampers out to the right-hand side, former Chelsea player. Wins her side another corner. Cooper scored here in the last match at St James's Park, the 1-1 draw with Southampton at the start of the season. Freya Gregory in the Newcastle side this afternoon, having signed from Villa in January, scored that day for Southampton where she was on loan. Newcastle corner towards a near post. Ball bounces around, still alive. Sunderland look to break. What a start we've had at St James's, as you'd expect. Blood and thunder, clattering challenge. Jessie Stapleton, who went flying in with that challenge on loan from West Ham for the season, as is Kira Flannery in the Sunderland midfield. Furness picks it up on the halfway line for Newcastle. Of the 7 previous games at St James's Park, Newcastle have won 5, drawn 2. One of those draws ended in a penalty shootout win in a friendly against AC Milan last summer. Stokes tries to pull it back. The Euro 2022 champion Demi Stokes signed last summer from Manchester City, where she was a WSL title winner. She just kept the ball in and wins her side another corner. Real experience she has brought to this Newcastle side. Corner low towards the near post. Sunderland get distance on the clearance, but it's all Newcastle in these early stages. Ball's been pretty much entirely in the Sunderland half. Here's McQuaid. Knocks it inside to Cataldo. Ball through the central channel, and that'll be a free kick to the hosts. In a dangerous position. just to remind you all that if you do want the chance to win a Barclays Women's Championship, Newcastle or Sunderland shirts and a pair of tickets to any match this season, you can scan the QR code on the screen right now to enter our competition for a chance to win that prize. What a prize. Get scanning that QR code and you'll have a chance if you enter the competition. We wish you all the best of luck. Newcastle free kick. Demi Lambourne has already been called into action once in the Sunderland goal. Not on this occasion. Oh, and could be a costly slip, letting Sunderland in. There's a real opportunity down the central channel for pitching, but she couldn't be found. She may just have strayed offside, in fact. Long-range shot, and it's over the bar of Claudia Moan, the Newcastle goalkeeper who crossed the division last summer. What a season she had for Sunderland. Not troubled here by the long-distance shot. Barclays Women's Championship Player of the Year last year was Claudia Moan. Won the Golden Glove too for those clean sheets she kept for Sunderland. Left for Newcastle in the summer. Got quite a bit of criticism from some Sunderland fans. She said she was disappointed by how vitriolic some of that criticism got. I'm sure there were Sunderland fans too, some of them wishing her well and understanding of the decision. But the passions can sometimes boil over in this derby match. Very new derby really in the women's game. Been a long time since they met in the league before this season. Newcastle won this reverse fixture at the Stadium of Light 2-1 back in October. More than 15,000 in attendance that day. Murphy can't keep that in. That is the existing championship record, but it's going to be smashed this afternoon. We're hoping for confirmation of the figure at some point in the second half. Just another signal of the rapidly growing popularity of the women's game, not just in the WSL but beyond. Demi Lambourne, the Sunderland goalkeeper, with the moment of the game so far. Her early save from Lumsden. Here's Gregory, the January signing from Aston Villa. It's out of play for a Newcastle throw. Which Demi Stokes, the left back, will take. Finds Gregory, and Stokes hooks it into the area, but it's all the way through to Lambourne. The Newcastle team in full. Claudia Moan, Leah Cataldo, Deanna Cooper, Charlotte Wardlaw and Demi Stokes across the back line. Rachel Furness and Amber Keegan-Stobbs, the holding midfielders. Lumsden, McQuaid and Gregory in support of Murphy. And for Sunderland, Demi Lambourne in goal, Amy Goddard, Brianna Westrop's captain, Jessie Stapleton. The back three behind Jess Brown, Kira Flannery, Natasha Fenton and Mary Corbin. And Katie Kitching playing off Casey Watson and Emily Scarr. Kitching knocks it across the edge of the Newcastle box and gives the ball away. Long ball forward for Murphy to give chase. Got her first goal in Newcastle colours last week, an early header against Durham. In the game, Durham came back to win 3-1. Murphy, a January signing, the Republic of Ireland international from the US college system. Knocked out of play by Cooper, signed last summer from Reading. And it's going to be a Sunderland corner. Mel Ray switched from a back three to a back four at half-time last week against Portsmouth. She was really disappointed by the performance in that game. Then they lost 2-1. Sunderland looking for a response this afternoon. And Sunderland have an early opportunity, knocked towards the far post and headed high and off target. By Westrup at the far post. Sunderland have the greater history in women's football. Former FA Cup finalists, former WSL side. Here's Stokes. It's going to be fascinating to watch the evolution of this derby over the coming years. Comes all the way through to Gregory on the volley, but right back across goal, and it's out of play. Goal kick to Sunderland. Newcastle have only won 2 of their last 6 championship games. Their home win last time out at Kingston Park against Bristol City was only their 3rd win from their 6 home championship games this season. They beat Sheffield United in September, lost to Durham at home in October, drew with Charlton that same month, drew with Southampton in November and beat Portsmouth. They have only lost 3 games though, which is the joint lowest number in the division. Across the halfway line, and it's with Stokes once more. She's been very busy in this opening quarter of an hour. Lovely ball through to Gregory. Gregory pulls it back towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Sunderland managed to clear the danger zone, but it is out for a Newcastle throw. Be interesting to see how long Newcastle can keep up this intensity. They've really gone for it from the off in this derby. Stokes with the throw. Finds McQuaid. Turns a full 360. Does well to hold on to it, does Jasmine McQuaid. Now it's with Furness. Lambourne was confident in the end that that one was whistling wide. But just for a second, I wonder if she thought there was a chance that it was going to deceive her. Lambourne with the goal kick. Newcastle come again. Sunderland throw. Certainly been a busy week on Tyneside. That celebratory mood has not faded one jot since that triumph at Wembley last weekend for the men. Celebrations too this week for Leah Cataldo and Beth Lumsden. Both signed new deals with Newcastle women. Leah Cataldo, the right back, Lumsden so often playing on the right side of the forward line. January 2024 signing from Portsmouth, Beth Lumsden. She's had a fine season, 5 goals and 1 assist in the Championship. Here's McQuaid. McQuaid picks it up again, cuts inside, gives the ball away in the end, and it's Fenton, the former Blackburn player, vice-captain, on the ball again for Sunderland. She spoke this week about how the team are looking for redemption after that 2-1 defeat to Newcastle at the Stadium of Light. Free kick for Newcastle. And is there going to be a yellow card? First yellow card of the game shown. Free kick to Newcastle, just inside the Sunderland half. Towards the edge of the area, headed on by Furness. Sunderland scramble it clear. McQuaid. McQuaid again. She's had a decent start to this match. In the centre of the Newcastle midfield. Long ball in, headed on, and it'll be a Sunderland goal kick. Murphy's header is off target. So just confirmation of the yellow card shown a few moments ago to Sunderland's Jessie Stapleton. First player in the book in what's been a full-blooded North-East derby so far. Chances few and far between, but a real intensity to this match. Sunderland on the charge. But it's knocked out of play by Wardlaw. former Chelsea player. Spent the first half of this season on loan at Sheffield United, then signed permanently for Newcastle in January. Sunderland failed to build on that opportunity, and Newcastle break. Murphy bustles her way through. She's got McQuaid on the inside, pulls it back to Gregory. Gregory's strong to hold on to the ball. Leaves Stokes with too much to do, and it's out for a Sunderland throw. In fact, it's a free kick to Newcastle. Sophie Dennington has awarded right in the centre of the pitch. Lumsden and Gregory stand over the ball. Lumsden can hit them with either foot. Well, this would be quite something, wouldn't it? To give your side the lead in the Tyne-Wear derby at St James's Park with a 30-yard free kick. Will it be Lumsden? Will it be Gregory? It's hit by Lumsden, but straight into the wall. Comes back to her. This time she loses possession. But Cataldo picks it up for Newcastle. Fires McQuaid. Lumsden again with the cross in. Stokes is there for Newcastle. But her shoulder charge is more than a fair shoulder charge. And she gives away a free kick in Sunderland's advantage. Newcastle have just played with a far greater intensity in this first quarter of the match. Only the one real clear-cut opportunity very early on when Beth Lumsden forced Demi Lambourne into a save in the second minute. But they've had by far the greater possession. Newcastle 63% of possession in the opening quarter, Sunderland 37%. 6 shots for Newcastle, 2 for Sunderland. Just demonstrates Newcastle's dominance of these early stages, but the crucial statistic, the scoreline, still level, still goalless. Cooper. Back with Claudia Moan. Started every championship game this season has Claudia Moan. Cooper brings it across the halfway line, knocks it back to Wardlaw. Cataldo. Becky Langley saying she really admired Leah Cataldo for taking one step back to try and take 2 forward with Newcastle by dropping into Tier 3 last season, helping them clinch promotion to the second tier. Was with Crystal Palace in the first half of last season. The former Bristol City right back, Leah Cataldo, so helped them in the long run get promoted to the WSL, then came to Newcastle and helped them up to the Championship, having previously won Tier 2 with Bristol City. She is a promotion specialist. 3 promotions in the last 2 years, really, Leah Cataldo. Newcastle haven't entirely given up on another one this year, but it does look a very long shot now. And Rachel Furness is unable to keep that in play. But Sophie Dennington has seen a foul by Murphy just inside the Sunderland half, and it will instead be a free kick to Sunderland. Jess Brown with the throw-in for Sunderland, one of the many academy graduates in the Sunderland lineup. Katie Watson, another of them. As is Mary Corbin on the other side of midfield. And on the bench, Grace Eade, Libby McInnes. Sunderland, such a rich history of bringing players through. Steph Carlton, Jordan Nobbs, Lucy Bronze, Beth Mead, Carly Telford, among the England players who all spent part of their development at Sunderland. Went on to great things with England, among others, Jill Scott, too. But they now have a new kid on the block, really, in terms of Newcastle's rapid development. Durham have been rivals nearby since the formation of the WSL2. Now what we have here, the Barclays Women's Championship back in 2014. And Newcastle here now as well, so we get regular Derby Day delight up in the northeast. Long free kick for Sunderland, headed away. Well, Sophie Dennington stops the match for a head injury. See Newcastle physios come on. There has been real entertainment when the Northeastern Giants have met each other this season. As I mentioned, Newcastle winning 2-1 at the Stadium of Light back in October. Last weekend, Durham responded from that early setback at home to Newcastle and came back to win 3-1. All 3 of them have been a part of the promotion battle this season. You can just hear what it means to all the fans here this afternoon. Charlotte Wardlaw back on her feet. She will have to leave the pitch. It's good to see she's looking okay. Such a versatile player across defence, can also play defensive midfield. Can Charlotte Wardlaw. Also had loan spells away from Chelsea with Liverpool and Lewis and Glasgow City. Sheffield United first half of this season before arriving as a permanent signing with Newcastle in January. Did make 4 WSL starts for Chelsea. Appearances rather, just 1 start. Won a championship title with Liverpool. And already looking really at home in the Newcastle backline. Gregory with the ball in. And that was too far away from Lumsden, and it's out for a Sunderland throw. Sunderland creep their way down the far touchline. They've weathered the Newcastle storm in the opening half hour. Have they lulled their hosts into a full sense of security, perhaps? Murphy with the layoff to Gregory. Still Freya Gregory. Made her Scotland debut back in February, having played for England at age group level. And she's almost, well, she thought momentarily that she may have won her side a free kick, but it's going to be a throw which Stokes will take. Sophie Dennington's just having a word with Emily Murphy. And Amy Goddard, I think that is. Stokes with the throw. And it comes straight back to her. She finds Stubbs, the Newcastle captain, and she wins her side a free kick, and she tried to weave her way through. Gregory to whip this in with her left boot. In fact, she's going to leave it to Lumsden for the in-swinger. Newcastle crowd the edge of the Sunderland box. In it comes from Lumsden. It's all the way through to Lambourne, who opted for the punch, and that stayed alive. Has come all the way back to Cooper, who scrambles in a shot. Well, heart in the mouth moment for Demi Lambourne. She opted not to go for the catch. You could only punch it straight back up into the air, and when it drops, all chaos ensued. Newcastle corner. Stokes rather trips over Furness there and her own teammate and fell to the turf. Sophie Dennington, the referee, just again saying she's going to be looking here for any unfair tussling, as is so often the case from set pieces. Very hard sometimes for the referee to determine who's fouling who, with the attackers and defenders both giving what they give from set pieces in the modern game. Short corner this time. Gregory, and it's headed back by Stokes and wide of the far uprights. Well, that was a really dangerous ball in from Freya Gregory. And Demi Stokes took up a really clever position at the far post. Look at her movements. Did really well to back away from her marker and wasn't far away with the header. Just dropped wide of the far post. And Sunderland earn some respite here. No, Newcastle win it straight back. Sunderland have lost 3 of their last 4 in the league. They've only won 1 of their last 5 in the league. That was the 2-0 home win against Durham at the start of March. They've lost their last 3 away from home in all competitions. That does, though, of course, include that FA Cup quarter-final away to the holders, Manchester United. Came into this game in 6th place, a point ahead of Newcastle in 7th. They have lost 6 games in the Championship, Sunderland. Only the bottom 4 have lost as many or more than that. They've conceded 26. Only Portsmouth with 41 have conceded more, and they've scored only 22. Sunderland, only the bottom 4 have scored fewer. So it's been a mixed bag, really, this season for Sunderland. But I think every fan would forgive any of the low points if they could come away from St James's Park with a famous win. They've been a bit under the cosh early on here as we near the end of the first half. It's still even Stevens. Stapleton, who went into the book early on loan from West Ham. Goddard back to Lambourne. Stapleton to Corbyn. Murphy almost seized on the loose ball. It'll be a Newcastle throw. Sunderland throw just outside their own box. And after some head tennis, it's another Sunderland throw. Sunderland just for 3 more games to play after today, at home to Charlton. Then after the international break, it'll be away to Bristol City. Then at home to Sheffield United on the final day, the 4th of May. Oh, lovely turn from McQuaid, and now it drops to Gregory. Throw into Sunderland. Newcastle with the extra 2 games, the 2 games in hand. They're at home to London City Lionesses next weekend. Then comes a home game with Blackburn in the middle of April. They visit Charlton on the 20th of April, home to the leaders Birmingham. They will be hoping somehow that can remain a crucial fixture. And then they end away at Blackburn. Birmingham will be hoping to have things wrapped up by the time they meet Newcastle in that penultimate fixture. Here's Stobbs, lovely run from the lifelong Newcastle fan Amber Keegan-Stobbs, and she tries to pick out Gregory. It is good defending from Sunderland. Lovely run. Dinked ball in, and it's just not quite high enough to drop over and into the danger zone. Into the final 4 minutes plus added time at the end of the first half. Sunderland have had a lot of defending to do. They've done most of it well. Demi Lambourne's only really had 1 save of note to have to make. And she's rather flapped at that one, but she did manage to get a touch and claw it away from the Newcastle bodies. Long ball forward. Newcastle with a bit of defending to do. It'll be a Sunderland throw. Long ball hoisted towards the penalty spot. Lumsden drops really deep to hack it clear. Benton. And now with Goddard. Stokes. Drops to Murphy. Deft touch by her. Lovely back heel to Gregory. McQuaid is charging down the centre. It's good defending, and Gregory is robbed of the ball. Stokes picks it up for Newcastle. She is forced backwards. And in the end does have to go all the way back to Moan. Wardlaw to her fellow centre-back, Cooper. Long ball from Wardlaw, straight to Sunderland boots. Furness wins it in the middle of the park. Still Rachel Furness. Is this going to be her dream moment? She takes a shot on, but it's too close to Lambourne. She was saying if she scored in the Time Weir derby at St James's Park, she may as well just retire on the spot. That her first real sniff of goal. Former Liverpool and Tottenham player, among many other clubs, Rachel Furness. Former Sunderland player, of course. Final minute plus added time at the end of this first half. Is there a late chance here for Sunderland? Spent most of the half defending, and they can't pick away through the Newcastle defence on this occasion. Murphy turns Stapleton, who gets the boot in and knocks it out for a Newcastle throw. Lumsden. Lumsden loops it out to Gregory. Newcastle throw. Stokes takes it. Just 1 minute to be played at the end of this first half. Stokes to take the throw. Back to Demi Stokes. Crosses it in. Drops to McQuaid. Murphy. Sunderland win it back. And looks a counter in the final seconds of this first half. Wardlaw scurries back and turns it out of play for a Sunderland throw. Is there time for one last chance? Newcastle stand resolute. And referee Sophie Dennington brings a first half of real intensity, but few clear-cut chances to a close. Newcastle United 0, Sunderland 0 at the break. Both teams really need to win to keep faint promotion hopes alive. It's been entertaining. Both sides have given everything. There's not been all that many chances. The fans, Newcastle fans, treated to the sight of the League Cup, the Carabao Cup, won by the men last weekend at Wembley when they beat Liverpool to end the club's 70-year wait for a major domestic men's trophy. Real feel-good factor around St James's Park, but at the moment they're being held by their fiercest rivals. Sunderland have to win today to keep alive very faint promotion hopes. Even a win might not be enough. If Birmingham beat Charlton, it won't be enough. Newcastle too, very faint promotion hopes now, but 2 games in hand. And a game also against Birmingham to come. Gives them a chance, but they do need to win this one, really. Not mathematically, but realistically. And it's a throw-in for Newcastle. Leah Cataldo. Flicked on and cleared away. Just a reminder of the teams, no changes at the break. Claudia Moan in goal for Newcastle, the former Sunderland goalkeeper. Cataldo, Deanna Cooper, Charlotte Wardlaw, January signing from Chelsea, and Demi Stokes, a summer signing from Manchester City across the back four. Rachel Furness, a former Sunderland player, and Amber Keegan-Stobbs, the captain in midfield. Beth Lumsden, Jasmine McQuaid, Freya Gregory, in support of Emily Murphy up top. And for Sunderland, Debbie Lambourne in goal, Amy Goddard. 38,000 in the house at St James's Park. 38,502 is the confirmed attendance. A new championship record, a new Newcastle United women record. Absolutely shatters the previous championship record, the 15,000 who saw Sunderland Newcastle at the Stadium of Light back in October. Well done to everyone connected with Newcastle United to get 38,502 through the gate here. Stunning number of fans. Newcastle's club record was the 28,565. who saw them win an FA Cup tie against Barnsley back in the 2022-23 season here. So more than 10,000 added to that club record for the women. Really tremendous signs of growth, not just at Newcastle as a club, but in the Women's Championship. Well done to all involved. And now for those home fans, they just want to see a win here. And anyone who's travelled the short distance from Sunderland, well, they want to thwart those ambitions and really kill the party mood on an afternoon where they've seen their rivals parade a Men's League Cup and signal their intent for growth with a championship record crowd. But really, it's the points that count this afternoon, and they could still go to either team or a share to both, as we are poised to do right now, goalless in these early stages of the second half. Cleared away. McQuaid picks it up. Free kick to Newcastle. Well, I broke away from the Sunderland team to give you that attendance news. Lambourne in goal, Goddard, Westrop and Stapleton. A back three, Westrop the Sunderland captain. Brown, Flannery, Fenton and Corbyn across the middle of the park, and then pitching behind Katie Watson and Emily Scarr. Here's Lumsden. Well, she can hit them from here, can Lumsden, as she tries to curl one into the far corner, as she did twice recently against Bristol City. Wasn't able to keep the shot down on this occasion. Corbyn caught the back of her heel as she took the shot on. And just a reminder, you can, of course, win a Barclays Women's Championship, Newcastle or Sunderland shirts and a pair of tickets to any match this season. If you scan that QR code at the top of the screen, you will have a chance to enter our competition and win. Good luck to everyone. As Sunderland player continues to receive a bit of treatment, and Becky Langley and her coaching staff have the opportunity. Becky Langley to the left of the picture there to pass on some instructions, and the players have a chance to have a breather and a drink. Emily Murphy just hands her bottle back with number 35. Stops the captain receiving the instructions from Langley. She's just passing on those instructions to Leah Cataldo. Cataldo, who signed a new contract at the end of last week. Jasmine McQuaid, the number 21 there, won her first England under-23 call-up back in December. We will resume with a goal kick after that Lumsden shot went over the bar. Could wonder if Sophie Dennington might have been considering giving a free kick. Mary Corbyn seemed to catch Lumsden as she took the shot, but no foul given. Demi Lambourne will get proceedings back underway with a goal kick. Burness wins the header. Murphy can't keep it in. The forward options on the bench for Newcastle include Shania Hales, summer signing for Bristol City, 9 goals in the Championship this season. Only Isabel Goodwin with 10. Of London City Lionesses has more. Also Katie Barker scored the first ever goal in the women's game at St James's Park against Alnwick back in 2022. Amy Andrews, the summer signing from Durham, also there. Options for Becky Langley as she seeks to break the deadlock. Sunderland have the Wales international duo of Mary McAteer and Ellen Jones as their most attacking Substitution options. Fouled in the middle of the park by Furness. Sunderland free kick. Goddard rolls it down the middle of the park. Stokes gets the block in and it's out for a Sunderland throw. Comes off McQuaid for another to the visitors. Hooper gets height and distance on the clearance, drops to Murphy, but it's off a Sunderland head and out for a Newcastle throw, which Stokes will take. Lumsden rolls it back to Wardlaw. Strong running from Wardlaw, but she's loose on the pass and Sunderland pick it up and look to counter. Watson. Still Casey Watson. Can she keep it in? She's pulled it back. And Moan reads it well and times her jump to perfection. And Casey Watson did ever so well when she came off the bench at Portsmouth last week. She scored a really well taken goal. On this occasion she couldn't quite get the connection with that cross right to create an opportunity. Sunderland yet to create a clear-cut opportunity in this time-weird derby. The goal at the Stadium of Light in the reverse fixture was an own goal, and Olivia Watt's own goal. They were already trailing 2-0 when that goal came late on back in October. Murphy's offside. Beth Lumsden it was with both Newcastle's goals back in mid-October in that 2-1 win. So Lambourne to take the free kick after Murphy went too early and was flagged offside. And a pretty cagey start to this second half, 10 minutes in. Hasn't been played with quite the intensity that we saw in the first half. Cataldo, back to Moan. Throw into Newcastle. Picked up by Stobbs, but she couldn't bring it back under control. A little bit scrappy in the middle of the park at the moment. Neither team being able to hold on to it for long enough to get any momentum building. Lumsden sends one long down the left-hand flank. As Stokes look to return it to Murphy. It's flicked up off a Sunderland boot. It's a Newcastle corner, and you can see Murphy there trying to G up the Newcastle fans. Really trying to get the crowd behind the team. Lumsden comes across to take the corner. Murphy's on the edge of the 6-yard box. Stobbs is in there too, as is Furness. It comes in towards Murphy and Stobbs, and neither could connect. Kitchen clears it for Sunderland. Cataldo races across and sends it all the way back to Moan. There are a few boos for Moan from the Sunderland fans for having made the switch from Weir to Tyne last summer. Lumsden to Murphy. Stobbs finds Gregory. Stokes tries to feed it through to Lumsden. It comes straight back to Stokes. Stokes again to Lumsden. Oh, good footwork by Lumsden. Tries to pick out McQuaid. It's behind for another Newcastle corner as we approach the hour mark. Newcastle just picking up the pace a bit again in these last few moments. And this corner lead to a moment to savour for the majority of this championship record attendance. Sunderland finally clear their lines. Taldo long down the middle of the park. Burness wins the header for Newcastle inside the centre circle. Kitching, the New Zealand international, tries to race away from Stokes. Does really well to get the ball into Watson. Watson gets the shot away, but can't keep it down. That the brightest we've seen from Sunderland in an attacking sense. Really intelligent pass from Kitching to Watson. She did the hard bit really well, but couldn't keep the shot down. Scored a couple of goals in the championship this season as Casey Watson, still only 19. It's just her third start in the championship this season, Casey Watson, usually used from the bench. Lumsden, no foul given. In fact, in the end, Sophie Dennington says it is a Newcastle free kick for the foul on Beth Lumsden. Lumsden and Gregory stand over the ball as they so often do. Gregory leaves it to Lumsden. Lumsden into the centre of the 6-yard box, and as Murphy charged in, Lambourne almost lost sight of it, but did really well, in fact, to gather it cleanly. She rolls it out to Stapleton. Sunderland throw. Spencer decides not to take. Throws it back to Stapleton. Cooper with the header. Flag is up for offside. It'll be a Newcastle free kick. Keeper to Wardlaw. Newcastle rather playing in fits and starts in this second half rather than the full-blooded intensity of the first. They almost seem to be looking to conserve energy and then every few minutes or so go again with picking up that intensity. They appear, as we approach the midpoint of this second half, to be the more likely team to go on to win, given what we've seen. But of course, it only takes a second to score a goal in football. And this game is poised. It could go either way. See Mary McAteer at the bottom of the screen warming up for Sunderland. 21-year-old Wales international. Called up for the February games. Wasn't in the match squad for either of those matches in the end for Wales, Mary Corbin, but very much a part of the senior setup now. Corbin with the throw-in for Sunderland. Cataldo gets to it first for Newcastle, and now it's with McQuaid. She's dispossessed. Fenton gathers it for Sunderland. Knocked on by Corbin, and it'll be a Sunderland throw, which Corbin takes. Back to Stapleton. Still Jessie Stapleton. Feeds it through to Watson. Watson works room for the shot, takes a shot on, it flicks up, and it'll comfortably reach Moan in the event. Back to Cooper, across to Wardlaw. Wardlaw out to Cataldo, who returns it to the former Chelsea player. She goes back to Claudia Moan. Wardlaw to Murphy. Couldn't bring it under control. Goddard back to Lambourne. Burness charges into the centre of the park. Gregory slips. Murphy chases back. It's gone out of play for a Newcastle throw. Cataldo with the throw. Stapleton knocks it out of play before Gregory can get there, but it is a throw-in for Newcastle. Yesterday in the Championship, we saw Bristol City held 1-1 away at Blackburn. Bristol City still in the promotion race. Southampton held 0-0 at home by Portsmouth in the South Coast derby. Here's Lumsden. Still Lumsden. Oh, and she's pulled it back and is fumbled momentarily by Lambourne. Murphy sniffed a half chance, but Lambourne got there at the second attempt. And she's now gone down as Demi Lambourne. to the boos of the home fans, who themselves feel that a little bit of time wasting might be going on here. And Sophie Dennington just pulls the game here. Shania Hales coming on for Newcastle. Summer signing from Bristol City. 9 goals in the Championship this term. Second highest scorer in the division. And she replaces Freya Gregory. She's been reduced to a substitute role over the last couple of weeks as Shania Hales, after being a regular starter for most of the campaign. Then resumes with the drop ball. The other scores in the Championship so far today: Birmingham, the leaders, 1-0 up at third place Charlton in a game that kicks off at the same time as this one. London City Lionesses 3-0 up at home to Sheffield United. London City Lionesses are second, 3 points adrift of Birmingham, but with a game in hand. A Birmingham win or a Sunderland failure to win would mathematically rule Sunderland out of the race. They look pretty much to be out of the race now. Newcastle right on the fringes of it because of their 2 games in hand, but realistically it's probably going to be beyond them too now. Stapleton knocks it on. Sunderland look to build down the left with Corbyn. It comes off Cataldo. It'll be a Sunderland throw. 20 minutes plus added time to play. And what's been a full-blooded time with Derby, but with chances at a premium. If there's a late winner though, no one will care about the quality. The points and the local pride mean everything. Watson wins a free kick for Sunderland. Is it going to be a smash and grab? And the local rivals who have had to defend for the majority of this game have a free kick now in a really dangerous position. It goes in towards the near post and it's easy for Moan. Becky Langley really trying to G up the Newcastle players there. Came right to the edge of her technical area. Cataldo with the long throw. Straight to Stapleton. Scar tries to flick it through. Newcastle throw taken by Stobbs. Murphy gives chase. Westrup gets across to head away the danger. Cataldo with the throw for Newcastle to McQuaid. Back to Cataldo. Loose ball is cut out by Cooper. Short to Cataldo, who wins a free kick. Taken quickly, and too quickly, says Sophie Dennington. Wardlaw, once more, not from the right position. Oh, in fact, there's going to be a double substitution for Sunderland. Jenna Deere comes on, as does Libby McInnes. Off goes Tash Fenton. So Casey Watson off for Libby McInnes. Tash Fenton off for Jenna Deere. Jenna Deere, part of the Chelsea squad when they won the WSL and FA Cup double back in 2015. Libby McInnes, a Sunderland Academy graduate, still only 20. Jenna Deere coming on for Tash Fenton, who arrived from Blackburn the summer before last. With Fenton, she's put in a good shift this afternoon, but she's now departed. Loose ball goes all the way through to Lambourne. Lambourne happy to eke away a few more seconds. Burness wins the header in the middle of the park for Newcastle. Lumsden. Good footwork by Lumsden. In the end, Sunderland win it back. Wardlaw wins the first loose ball, and Hooper's there to smash the second one over the halfway line. Burness appeals for a free kick, none given, and it's a Sunderland throw. Deanna Cooper is down on her haunches, so the game is paused. You do wonder if Newcastle have rather blown themselves out a bit in this game. They started with such fierce intensity, really carried the game to Sunderland in that first half. But the second half has just never really got going. Just a reminder, 38,502 present here at St James's Park this afternoon. The Newcastle United Women Club record, a championship record, smashing the two former records. 28,000 was Newcastle's record, 15,000 was the championship record when Sunderland hosted Newcastle back in October. Both those landmarks smashed today, and you feel for all those in attendance really that they deserve a goal. I know both sets of fans would rather it finish goalless than see that goal go against them, but it feels like a moment really, a day really befitting of a winning goal, whichever team that might go to from a neutral perspective. There's been precious few opportunities for either team. The very best of them came in the second minute. Beth Lumsden denied by Demi Lambourne, the Sunderland goalkeeper. Katie Watson with a volley over the bar in the second half. Sunderland's best chance. That was really a half chance though. Newcastle looking to build with Murphy. Hales gives her an option. Here's Shania Hales. Is this going to be the moment? Shania Hales hits the back of the net. It is the moment for Newcastle United in front of a championship record crowd. Shania Hales scores her 10th championship goal of the season. The Newcastle substitute has got the Magpies flying. Is that the moment that wins the Tyne Wear Derby, the first ever women's Tyne Wear Derby to be played at St James's Park? Lovely layoff from Murphy. Hales did so well to stay onside. Pulled it onto her left boot and dispatched it with the truest quality into the bottom corner. Just as the clock ticks into the 78th minute. Newcastle take the lead in the Tyne-Wear derby. Newcastle's unbeaten record at St James's Park looks set to continue. It looks like it's going to be 6 wins from 8 played at the venue on a day when the Men's League Cup has been paraded here, on a day when 38,502 fans have come through the turnstiles to set a new record attendance. Shania Hales has given Newcastle a late lead and every chance now of a famous 3 points. But Sunderland have time to have a say in the matter. I think you'd have to say Newcastle just about worthy of the lead. They've demonstrated the greater attacking intent throughout the afternoon. Stobbs heads it on to the goal scorer Hales, who picks out Lumsden. Shania Hales last scored in the 2-2 draw with Southampton at the start of February. There's only been 3 games since then. The FA Cup defeat to Crystal Palace, the 3-2 win against Bristol City when she came off the bench in that game, and last weekend's 3-1 defeat at Durham. Likewise, she was a substitute. This afternoon, she's come off the bench to great effect. The former Bristol City player, the Jamaica international. Sunderland have a free kick though. It's going to go all the way through to Mo. Newcastle have not been good at defending leads in recent weeks. Twice let Bristol City back into it before winning 3-2 at the start of the month. Then last weekend took an early lead at Durham only to lose 3-1. This time the leads come much later on. Got to defend it for just over 9 minutes plus added time. There's a clash of heads, 2 players down. Just confirmation after the Shania Hales goal. Hannah Greenwood coming on for Deanna Cooper for Newcastle. You can see number 15, Hannah Greenwood, there to the left of the frame. Amber Keegan-Stobbs, the Newcastle player, still down. But she's back on her feet now. And Sunderland's player also back up as the pair shake hands. Jenna Deere, the Sunderland player. So, fortunately, nothing serious there. It looks a little worrisome at one point with the 2 of them on the turf. But the game will get back underway with a drop ball. In Newcastle's favour, as the referee throws it in the direction of Stokes. Throw into Sunderland. Time against them now. Greenwood to take it. Greenwood signed a couple of summers ago from Durham. 4 starts in the Championship this season for Greenwood. This is her 5th appearance from the bench. Sunderland throw. Newcastle just looking to keep it in this corner. Hale's so strong, holds on to it really well. The goal scorer of a moment that's going to be etched into Newcastle folklore forevermore. Certainly should it prove to be the winner here. The first ever goal in a women's time wear derby at St James's Park. Will it also be the goal that brings Newcastle 3 points? Sunderland haven't given hope just yet. Just the 1 goal separating the teams. Lambourne short to Stapleton. Free kick to Sunderland on the halfway line. Into the final 5 plus added time. Kira Flannery to take it on loan from West Ham for the season. Deer flicks up off a Newcastle boot. McQuaid does really well to get across and dispossesses Westrup. Keeps it in as well, but gives it away. In the end, wins Newcastle a throw-in, does McQuaid. Really industrious work by her out on that far side. Stokes with the throw. Smashed clear by Furness. It's been set up really as though it was always scripted to be Newcastle's day, a week on from that famous Men's League Cup triumph. An afternoon when they smashed even attendance records. But Sunderland still have the chance to kill the party mood and take a point away from the Tyne to the Weir. Can they work an opportunity here? Corbyn. Oh, it's a really fine sliding tackle, timed so well by Murphy. Sunderland try to win the corner, but they can't. Murphy has it once more for Newcastle. Westrup to Stapleton. Mel Ray, the Sunderland manager, knows a thing or two about scoring goals. She won 3 Golden Boots when she was a player for Sunderland, also won a Golden Boot when she was with Newcastle, and that will go all the way through to Moan. What she would give to see her side get just one this afternoon and take a point away from St James's Park. She also had that spell as a Newcastle assistant manager, did Mel Ray. Has done so much good work since becoming a Sunderland manager back in March 2017. This is her 8th season in charge. It's going to be a late double change for both sides. It's on come Katie Barker and Amy Andrews, 2 forward players for Newcastle. Emily Murphy departs for Amy Andrews. Amy Andrews, the former Durham player, scored a couple of goals in the Championship this season. Katie Barker scored the first ever women's goal at St James's Park against Alnwick. She replaces Beth Lumsden, who's been tireless in her running, as she so often is. Beth Lumsden, so Barker on for Lumsden. And here comes Mary McAteer for Sunderland. And Mary Corbin is replaced by Libby McInnes. And Mary McAteer, the Wales forward, comes on for Emily Scarr. Mary McAteer with the 1 Championship goal this season, 3 assists as well. Summer 2023 signing from Rugby Borough. 4 minutes of added time. Becky Langley is sent off. Well, the Newcastle United manager, Becky Langley, has just been shown a red card in the dugout. Presumably either for something she said or perhaps for delaying play. But that's not the end to the afternoon that Becky Langley would have wanted. And her side will have to make do without her in the dugouts for the 4 added minutes. Is there hope yet for Sunderland? Is there to be late drama in this time we're derby? Dear for the visitors. It's given away though. Sunderland win it straight back. Now it's with Stapleton. Free kick to the visitors. Now Sunderland and their fans would love to steal something right at the death here. Newcastle clear their lines, throw into Sunderland. Andrews gets back for Newcastle and wins the goal kick. Claudia Moan is in no hurry to take. Moan launches it. Quaid is there for Newcastle. Barker gives chase. And just holds it up in that corner. Under pressure from Westrup. Newcastle throw, that's exactly what they wanted. 30 seconds of added time remaining. Plus anything else Sophie Dennington chooses to add on. Stokes takes it. Barker holds it up in the corner. It's back with Stokes. Sunderland get it away, but only at the expense of another throw in. Sunderland finally win a throw. They're penned right back in their own territory. And we played the 4 allotted minutes. There's just seconds left. Andrews gives away the free kick. Hales tries to delay Stapleton from taking it. Well, Lamball's got to launch this and hope for a flick on. She fails to get the required distance on it. And the full-time whistle goes, and just look what it means to the Newcastle coaching staff, the Newcastle players, and listen to what it means to the majority of the record 38,502 fans in attendance at St James's Park. An historic occasion and an historic moment. Shania Hales with the winning goal in the 78th minute. The substitute came off the bench and hit her 10th championship goal of the season. She's in tears, I think. She knows what this means to this club. The first ever St James's Park Tyne-Wear derby. Just look what it means to Shania Hales. A moment that will go down in legend. The winning goal in the first St James's Park Tyne-Wear derby. Becky Langley, or a member of her coaching staff, perhaps showing a red card right at the end. But she's out on the pitch there, understandably, rightfully celebrating with her players on a day when the Men's League Cup trophy was paraded here, on a day when a Newcastle United women's record attendance and a Barclays Women's Championship record attendance came to St James's Park, hoping to savour and treasure a day just like this. Every single one of those players deserves to take the plaudits. It wasn't the prettiest performance, but it was all about the results.